let's do a run through of this game, Daemonologie. Seen this game fairly recently. Scots English or modern English? No, we'll stick with the Scots English. Note the game is intended to be played in Old Scots English. There's a glossary of terms you can access from the help menu at any time during the game if you don't understand a particular word or phrase. Sounds good. Okay. The warnings were on screen long enough for the stream to see them. Oh my god, it's loud. Whoa. I'm gonna be quiet until I get a chance to turn down this audio. Oh. Okay, loving this vibe. Very cool. Loud, though. Wow, these are some low-res drawings. I don't mind it. The vibe is awesome, but... Oh, is this us? Look at that. Look at that goatee and this long hair. So, hold on. Let's help right away. The year is 1674. There are 6 residents in this remote Scottish village. You play the role of a witch finder and must interrogate them to sort truth from lies. If they are just repeating themselves, then you have permission to use further methods of persuasion. Certain actions will cost you time. On the 5th dawn, a witch must hang. Best you know who by then. Each night you will see prophetic dreams that may provide some insight hidden to your waking mind. Use the sundial and day counter to track how much time you have left. Okay, so looks like we're on day 1 and we have, looks like 4 actions a day. So let's start by going... I see a circle of stones, a church, some forest, a farm? This could be anything. An inn, maybe? And a bridge. Let's start at the church. Oh, Aldkirk, Bothwell's Crossing, Smith's Abode, Ring of Stones, Edge of Woods, and Shepherd's Abode. We'll start with Aldkirk. Ooh, I should move my webcam. Torture, oof. Let's calm it down there. No, we're turning it down. Holy frick. Wait, I just realized that I'm turning it down in OBS, so it's turning down for you guys, but still loud for me. So it's actually probably fine. So I should just leave it alone. I'll live with it. Alright, let's talk to him. Bid you welcome, Witchfinder. God be here. To what reason does your wee village owe displeasure of this visit? I've summoned to tend to a wolf in your flock, father. A wolf in my flock, you say? Vexing news indeed. If you may make use of me in your hunt, then pray let it be known. When you will, I am ready. How many reside in this village? There are 6 of us of late, though not long past we were 9. Oh, I haven't 3 of them. The blacksmith's wife sleeps in my garden. Fever took her this winter. Oh. The shepherd's husband fled, leaving unpaid debts. The wretch. The ungodly whore by the Ring of Stones had a gentleman caller, though none have seen him this week past. Why do you dislike her? Is she atheist? Or perhaps what the heck are they called? Also, my webcam is still blocking shit. We're gonna shrink it. A wee There, now you guys can see all the text. Ready for the audio to pop back in? Boop. No, it wasn't as bad this time. Is she pagan? How long have you served here? 4 and 10 years this autumn. Okay. Though it feels as 40. Damn. Doesn't like his job. You don't like serving the Lord. Have you spied anything amiss of late? I hope that ye uproot the evil that plagues this land. I have seen that filthy whore, Lilius, by the ring of stones, dancing with black shadows of a night. Sounds like she's a pagan, and he doesn't like that very much. So, I see. Okay, that's all I have to ask him. Return plus time. So this uses 1 action in the day. Okay, so I'm now on phase 2 of 4. Okay, so he said the farmer's husband ran away with unpaid debts. The blacksmith's wife died of fever. And he really doesn't like the woman who maybe is a pagan or an atheist over here. And she had a lover, but no one has seen him. So there were 9 people, now there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So he didn't say who was here or who was here. So I could either do some recon or I could talk to some of the people he mentioned. Well, I'm looking for a witch. Your wife died, which could be a witchcraft, but I have no reason to suspect it is. Your husband ran away with unpaid debts, and you are a pagan, so you're the obvious choice. Let's go ahead and talk to her, see what she has to say. Ooh, wow. I love the vibe. The art is cool. Talk or torture. Jesus, no. Calm down. My, ye are the charming devil-like, but ails ye, sire? There's not me herbs and roots can I cure, taught by mine dear mother. Who else resides in this village? Just a handful, my lord. The smith Oswin can craft or repair almost anything you present to him. Oh, she speaks highly of him. An old crone bides by the woods, though she has some gay, strange ways about her. Okay, so there's an old crone in the woods. That's another obvious option for the witch. Shepherd Violet tended a flock with her husband, but I've never seen him of late. I wonder if they're having a row again. Again? So it appears they have had fights before, so maybe that is why he left. Although the old Kirk said that he left because he had unpaid debts and he ran away. Also, Father Usby keeps the Kirk. Seek not salvation for him. Interesting. So she does not think highly of the father. Not surprising, considering his opinion of her. Holy God, this is loud. I'm turning it down for myself. His mind has turned to zealotry and worse. Well, he probably especially hates you because you are pagan, and while I don't judge you for that, he certainly does. Of course, there's sweet Firin oft by the water's edge. He may look monstrous, but he's a kindly soul. Okay. So we have the 6th person, Firin, on the bridge. Have you ever communed with Satan? What a question! What a loaded question. Misa, not I. I wouldn't even know how. I wouldn't even ken how. Sorry, Scottish English is not exactly my first language. Insight. The priest claims he spied you dancing with black shadows at night. The priest has a lot of shit. I've danced with nae shadows, sir. Since my love has gone missing, I've seen rarest reason to be dancing at all. But strange that Father Usby should be slinking round here at night, didn't he think? Ooh, what a good observation. Why is he slinking around the stones in the night? That's a good point. Alright, she will not talk to me anymore, I don't think. Okay, I got 2 more things I can do, I think. So we have Father Usby. We have God, I forgot her name. The herbalist here, blacksmith, shepherd's wife, nice dude Firin by the creek, and an old crone. So your wife died, your husband ran away, your lover ran away, you are an old crone, you are a kind, monstrous looking dude by the water, and you are the priest. So we went to the obvious option. I suppose we'll go to the second most obvious option? Or should we go to someone else that the Father Usby talked about? She suggested that she spoke highly of him, didn't mention his wife, but she did say that the shepherd and her wife had fights before, so let's go talk to her. The shepherd and her husband. Oh my. All her sheep are dead, except this one. Oh, poor guy. Oh, two. Two living sheep, and 5 dead ones. That is no good. No bueno. Oh, she looks weathered. Witchfinder, you see this curse that has been laid upon me? That vile blacksmith sent his wolf familiar to slaughter my sheep. She thinks it's the blacksmith. That was a very, very quick accusation. I demand retribution. What do you do here? What kind of question is that? Did you spy all with them sheep as you walked in here? I saw 2. The rest were dead. Do you love God? What the hell is that question? Honestly, the way of things these days, I'm inclined to ask if that prick still loves me. Ooh, fighting words. I'll have your respect, or by day's death I'll have thee swinging. All in jest, sire. I'll speak no more of it. That's all I have to ask her. Okay, so I got nothing out of that. Got one more action. Okay, she accused the smith. Let's go talk to the smith. Oh, funny looking fellow. Oh my. Oh, Jesus. Oh there, witchfinder. Good morrow, smithy. It was that sent for ye. It was me that sent for ye. Oh, he called me. That damn shepherd has cursed my jaw to fall loose. Okay, so having a bit of a back and forth here. Though I strapped and welded it back on. Jesus Christ, hardcore. Make sure to give that cursing witch the short drop. You welded your jaw back on? Look what she has done to me. There is no doubt this is witchcraft. So it sounds like a wolf killed some sheep and this dude's jaw fell off? That's a lot more unnatural sounding. So, but I have no reason to... Does he have any reason to believe it was her? What do you do here? A wee bit of this and a wee bit of that. Mostly hoes and plows repairs. I imagine he meant hose, but okay. There's scarce demand for cudgels and bucklers around these parts. And that's a good thing. Not good for your trade, but good for the world. Who else is in town? You mean beside that blasted shepherd? Yes, who else? Well, there's old priest, Father Usby, in your kirk. And there's that fishing fella hangs about by the Bothwell Bridge. He's alright, like. Okay, everyone seems to like this guy. And that saucy wee bit out by the fairy circle. Interesting, okay. He doesn't seem to hate her, but he seems to have opinions. Can't forget about that doolally avid old crone bides by the woods and all. Okay, so they both mentioned the old crone. Everyone so far has said that Firin seems like a really good guy. They've both mentioned the old crone. They haven't spoken ill or good of her, just that she's an old crone. And then the shepherd gave me no information, just accused the blacksmith and got mad at God. Okay, interesting. Alright, we have learned some things. Night 1. Oh look, it's the lady in the stones. That's not the lady, that's... Oh. Oh god. Okay, that's mildly disturbing. Maybe a bit more than mildly disturbing. Oh god. Ugh! Okay, no, I don't need to see that again. Well, when they said prophetic dreams, it's not exactly what I had in mind. Fuck, okay. Interesting. Was quite disturbing, honestly. Well... Okay, let's talk to the nice dude by the bridge, and then we'll talk to the old crone. Oh. Oh my gosh. Holy frick, what the shit happened to you? They did say he looked monstrous, and my goodness, were they not kidding. Aye, me a witch, eh? No, but tall tales, you daft wee zealot. Find you no witches here. Just simple folk working the land. And what is your business here? Besides catching these wee fish, my business is my own. Fair enough. At one word, tread carefully, fisherman. As you like, sir. Spied ye a queer thing of late? Truly, life is so gay strange when you ponder it. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but you're being extremely unhelpful. So he doesn't believe there's a witch at all. That's very interesting. I didn't really learn anything from that, though. Just that he doesn't believe there's a witch. Yeah, alright, old crone. Hi. What kind of gobshite are ye to be trespassing in me woods? I didn't know they were yours. Aye, this village is full of witches, and I'll curse ye and all. A curse of boils on your filthy member, and maggots in your arse. Bide your tongue, woman, or I shall remove it from your head. Hey, just what ye, what ye? Whoa. Alright, I was doing so well there for a second. And just what would ye be wanting with me tongue, eh? You dirty wee pervert. Absolutely not gets by old Griselda. Our souls in this village have shared the kit with Satan. Take your pick, eh? Interesting. So, Fisherman Firin says no one is a witch. We're all just simple folk working the land. And old crone Griselda is saying everyone is a witch. But she's also saying that she's gonna curse me. And I somehow feel like she's more crazy than powerful. So I'm wondering if everything she says is just madness. She might be a completely unreliable narrator. So I didn't learn anything from that, really. Okay, to recap, we talked to everyone once. He told us about the shepherd, and that the shepherd's husband ran away with unpaid debts. And he told us about the blacksmith, said the blacksmith's wife died of fever. And he told us about the woman who lives here, and he quite hates her. And he says he saw her dancing with shadows in the night. She told us that he is an insane zealot, that the blacksmith does good work, that the shepherd has had fights with her husband before, that Firin is a good guy, and that the old crone is crazy. And she asked, why the hell was the priest hanging out here at night? Which is a good point. She accused him and basically nothing else. He accused her, said that Firin is a nice dude, and didn't seem to have any other opinions about the rest of it. Firin said, no one here are witches, and Griselda said everyone here are witches, but she also threatened to curse me, and I think she's just insane. So she seems to be an unreliable narrator, and I don't think I'm going to get anything good out of her. I would like to get more information from the shepherd's wife, Violet. I don't think Firin's going to be helpful to me. But I do want to keep in mind what he says, because he seems fairly level-headed. And then I need to ask Father Usby about why he was hanging out by the stones at night. So let's talk to... I have 2 more actions today. Let's talk to Usby. and then see if we want to talk to the lady by the stones or to Violet. Witchfinder, for one hunting devils, you are spending far too much time in searching in the house of our Lord. Leave them and rush to shadows, not bask in holy light. Tarry here no longer. I exclude none from my search. Do not test me, Witchfinder. I'm a man of the cloth. That whore by the ring of steins is the witch, for she has slain 3 babes, no less. Oh, what the heck? I want to ask him the other question. Here we go. Insight. There are others who would say differently. Which of these wretches dare speak ill of me? The very same you would point the finger at. Do not test me, Witchfinder. He says the same thing. Oh, that's unhelpful. Okay, so he gets combative the moment he is put into the pool of suspects. So he also seems to quite hate his position here. Now, that could just be because he hates his town and the townsfolk, but he's also supposed to be a man of God or something, so... I also did not get a chance to ask him about why he was hanging out by the Ring of Stones in the middle of the night watching the woman dance. So I'm getting very bad vibes from Usby, but honestly, I have nothing to go off. He says that she killed 3 babies. If you know that she has killed 3 babies, why am I here? And why are you there? And why aren't we doing something about this? Let's talk to her. My mother is gone, but I carry on her healing arts in her stead. There is no soul here who has not taken my healing, except perhaps the priest, who does keek at me with strange glances. I know he does not approve of my young love, Gavin. Pray tell, who is this young love you speak of? My sweet Gavin, a stable hand for the next village over. We've been courting a couple of years now, while he saved enough to do right by me. You haven't seen him on your way into the village, have you? No, wench, I have not seen him. Wow, that's a little harsh, but okay. Oh. So we didn't get to ask her about his accusation that she killed 3 babies. However, I have learned something interesting from this. So the guy, her lover, that everyone has been so weird about, is just a stable hand from a nearby village, and he's been working to save money to do right by her. So it seems like a stand-up dude, and they seem to have a pretty normal courtship. But she also says that the priest gives her weird looks all the time. I am getting Hunchback of Notre Dame vibes. I am getting the priest singing Hellfire vibes. I am getting the priest blames the gypsy for seducing him vibes. I wish I could have asked them about their respective accusations, though. That might have been more helpful. Let's go ahead and talk. I noticed that neither of those used any of my daily actions. I wonder if it's going to force me to torture someone. Let's talk to the shepherd's wife, Violet. Why do you tarry here while that blacksmith is still breathing? I spied him yapping to his familiar, a slack-jawed raven and a grey wolf. He sent the black wolf here to slaughter my sheep, for I refused to pay him for this feeble disaster of a fence he erected. You saw him talking to a wolf and a raven? Interesting accusation. So he built her fence and she didn't pay him for it. That might explain why he hates her. But he's saying that she cursed his jaw to fall off. So maybe he's saying that because the fence fell apart, she blames him and cursed him? So that's why he thinks she's a witch? She's throwing out some wild accusations about him that I am not getting to question her about. Shepherd cursed me, for she says the fence I built was nae good. Nailed it. Look at me. She blames me for the wolves that got her sheep. But the fence is fine. Nae doubt she left that gate open, and then she cursed me for my jaw to fall off. Whether the fence is fine or not, whether he really did build a bad fence or she just left the gate open, he's making a lot of sense. Violet claims you sent a wolf to her door. That lying witch! There's no truth in a claim like that. Wait, can I ask him the other thing? Have you done work for this shepherd before? Only with a man? I never had much dealings with her till he up and left. 'Twas peas in a pod, that lot. He still owes me a bobby and all. Okay, so the blacksmith is the one who Violet's husband owes money to. This isn't looking very good for Violet, honestly. So he owes the blacksmith money, did not pay it, ran away. The blacksmith started dealing with Violet instead, and even though her husband owed him money, he still built her the fence. It's possible he made it bad on purpose to try to get back at her. I just don't see him being a witch. Oh my god, what was her name? Lady by the Stones. I need to remember her name. She spoke highly of him. And Firin didn't have anything bad to say about him. And he had his jaw fall off, which, like, kind of makes it hard to blame him. He's also been open and giving me information. The only person who refuses to give me any information to go off of is the shepherd here. It does look like the game is going to force me to torture somebody. Let's go ahead and talk to Firin and the crone before we do anything, though. Are you still at that witch business? I can hardly confess to something I ain't. Come now, I'll fix us some nice trout, tuna fish for supper. What is the nature of your affliction? Well, for what I hear from my father was the same way. Head to toe and hair. I mean, super unhelpful. He didn't help me at all. He just seems like a nice guy. And, oops. And there doesn't seem to be anything supernatural about his affliction. He's just hairy. Curse you, you filthy fuck! May your eyes burst with ants! I curse on that priest and all! He prays, pointing his hands down like he's praying to Lucifer in the underneath. When did you spy him doing this blasphemous act? The morrow. Okay, she's insane. No, when have you seen him perform this act? Seen who? When did you spy him doing this blasphemous act? The morrow. Okay, so this appears to be what the help has indicated is, if they are just repeating themselves, then you have permission to use further methods of persuasion. Still here. Thank you, I could appreciate it. I hope I'm providing adequate and entertaining background noise, because that is one of my favorite things to do with videos. Beds are difficult to take apart. Sadly, the ones I've gotten have been extremely simple, which I say sadly because they have not been super structurally sound, and that's why they were so easy to take apart. They only had like 4 pieces. So it would appear that the help is suggesting to me that I should torture Griselda here. But honestly, I think she's just insane. She keeps acting like she's cursing me, but obviously she's not. And she's putting out random accusations of things she supposedly saw happen tomorrow. I think she might be mentally ill, and I don't say that in a offensive way. I say that in a honest, like, literal medical way. I don't think she's dangerous. I think she's just maybe has dementia or something. I don't know. She functions pretty well for someone with dementia, but her brain does not seem to be there. Okay, so the game is gonna force me to do a couple tortures, it looks like, to get this day through. The obvious options, I think, are Griselda, and mostly Griselda, but I'm not that interested in her. I think Father Usby and the shepherd's wife, Violet, are more interesting to me. Father Usby got combative, but he also just seems to be an old prick and a hard ass who thinks he is above the law. I think I'm gonna torture Violet, because she has been extremely unhelpful and accusatory. I'm a little bit worried about what this torture is going to be because those prophetic dreams were nightmarish. Alright. Devil's Mark. To seal the filthy pact with the devil, he licks their body, leaving a blackened mark upon the witch's skin. This mark may hide just below the surface, but can be unveiled with the pricking of the skin. What? Left click to pierce them till you find the hidden mark. That sounds like you're just poking a blood vessel, but okay. Yeah, look, it looks kind of like we're just stabbing them. Oh, I don't like this at all. Jesus Christ. Literally. Why is it you torture me when I tell you it is the blacksmith you want? He's a fork-tongued liar and the witch that plagues our land. A foul buzzard who has given his jaw to Lucifer in exchange for the death of my sheep to try and drive me from this place. You think that this man would trade his jaw for your sheep because you didn't pay him for the fence he built? That's insane. Okay, she is completely unhelpful. She is just purely hateful and super unhelpful. Let's see if we can talk to the blacksmith about that. No, nothing. I'm not going to torture him. I think he's fine. This guy seems fine. He seems fine. She seems fine. I think she has dementia or something. He is very suspicious and aggressive, and she is my prime suspect right now because she is just so angry and violent. And I mean, maybe it's because of something her husband did? Maybe it's because he left her? But I feel like the smithy showed her generosity by going straight to working with her and building her that fence, even though her husband owed him money. And she didn't even pay him for that, and now she's blaming him for being a witch. I don't know. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I already tortured her today, though, so I'm going to go ahead and torture Father Usby, see what we get out of him. Tongue prongs. Oh, this sounds bad. A simple and certain way to loosen the tongue of the accused. Iron clamps are tightly attached to the victim's tongue and pulled firmly from the head. Left click and hold to start pulling the clamps. Release to relax a little. Don't pull too fast or the tongue will slip from the clamps and you'll have to start the process again. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, God. Oh, God. Jesus. I hate this. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't like that. Have mercy, or may Azrael strike ye down. Why do you molest me so, while that whore still walks free? I've seen her taking newborn babes out to the pagan spiral. I pray she takes the short drop. Your mind seems fixed upon this maiden. What is she to you? Not maiden, not but a blaspheming pagan harlot. He's obsessed. Uh-oh, prophetic dream number 2. I'm kind of scared. What the hell are you doing? It's a horror game, Giblet. I don't like it any more than you do. Oh, God. I don't like this dream either. I don't like it. No, I don't need to see that again. Thank you. Oh my God. Okay, so our first dream showed what I think was supposed to be the pagan woman in the circles with a baby. But like, there were a bunch of babies hanging from a spider's web. And then the second one showed the priest praying and a bunch of like monstrous larvae or something. I'm trying to think about what these prophetic dreams could mean, because I know that it's not going to be as simple as it looks. I know that they're going to make themselves more complicated and have more hidden meanings than just what it is at face value. Because the priest is insisting to me that this woman, who he's clearly obsessed with, like, I'm getting strong Hunchback of Notre Dame vibes from him about the gypsy lady in that, where he sings the whole song Hellfire about her. I'm getting strong vibes. So he seems clearly obsessed with her, so he seems to be an unreliable narrator in regards to her. And he's insisting that she killed multiple babies. And then I had that dream showing, like, dead babies. But I don't think it will be that simple. I feel like the prophetic dream is going to be much more of a hidden meaning than that, and it's not going to be that simple. I don't think it's the obvious meaning. This is insane. But did she have a miscarriage? I'm in love with Esmeralda too. Giblet, that is so valid. You are so real for that. And as long as you don't go on a on a religious tirade of hatred, you're cool with me. I'm with you there. So this seems like a wild assumption for me to make, but I wonder if she had a miscarriage, and that's what the prophetic dream is actually about. Because it shows her, it starts by showing her cradling the child, the baby, and like rocking it and stroking it, and then she puts it up in the spider's web, and you see that there are a bunch of other dead babies there. I don't think she's sacrificing them. It's crazy, but I think she has had, like, miscarriages. Okay, so we're on day 3. I guess I'll go ahead and talk to everyone again, because I'm willing to bet it'll make me torture people to end the day. What's her name? Lilius. Lilius. I gotta remember that. My mother is gone, but I carry on her healing arts in her stead. There's nae soul here who has not taken my healing, except perhaps the priest, who does keek at me with strange glances. Okay, she's repeating the same thing she said yesterday. Okay. So, the game would suggest to me that if they're just repeating themselves, then you have permission to use further methods of persuasion. So the game would suggest to me that I should torture her now, but I don't... It seems like she has useful information that she could offer me, but I genuinely don't think she's connected to this in any way. She's an herbalist, and she's a pagan, so she's the very obvious option. But I don't think it's her. I'm more worried about the priest's opinion of her. Let's go talk to the crone, see if she says anything new. Nope. She says the same thing. Okay, so it looks like I have to torture them to get their dialogue to advance. That's interesting. Let's see what Firin has to say. Same thing. Okay, so yeah, I have to torture them for their dialogue to advance. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm honestly only suspicious of these two. I think everyone else is fine. I think you are honestly a decent guy who's had a bad run of luck, and I don't know what happened to your jaw. Maybe you were cursed, but I don't know who would have cursed you, except for her. You seem like a good guy. You seem like a decent woman. You seem like an old lady who possibly has dementia. You seem like an asshole. And you also seem like an asshole. But you have an agenda against him. I don't think he's going to say anything new. No. I think I'd have to torture him for him to say something new. Let's see if the people I tortured say anything new. No, they don't. Okay, so no one says anything new unless I torture them from here on out. Well, I think I'm gonna torture Violet because I just don't trust anything she says. She seems hateful, and honestly, they're the only two I'm suspicious of at all. Pillywinkles. A rather simple device that can be placed onto any of the accused fingers, although thumbs can be very effective. To loosen their tongue, you must tighten the screw. Left click to wind up and left click again with maximum strength to twist tight. Repeat this until you hear the bones crack. Oh, God. Oh, God. I don't like the sound of this at all. This seems bad. This seems very bad. Oh no, oh no, no, that looks awful. I don't like this. Prepare yourselves, I guess. God damn it. Uh-oh. Oh god, I don't like that. Let's just try to do it quick. Oh my god, please be done. Oh god! I could take a little more of this torture. I admit I made lies about the blacksmith. I have seen him talking to nay raven or wolf. I knew that you were lying. I forgot to close the gate, and the death of the sheep are not but my own stupidity and carelessness. That's what he said! So you legitimately wanted me to hang someone you knew was innocent because you made a mistake. And instead of just admitting that, you came up with stories about him talking to ravens and wolves so that I would hang him. That's crazy. Perhaps that old fisherman is the witch you seek, appears as more beast than man. Farron seems like a really nice guy, and everyone in this town except you seems to like him. Just because he looks creepy, it's a genetic issue as far as I can tell. I would not be surprised if he was the one who ate my sheep. He's not a beast just because he's a man with a genetic issue which covers him in hair from head to toe. He's not a monster, he's just a man. He just looks crazy. Okay. I hate her. All she does is shift blame for her mistakes and her actions to everyone else. If you left the gate open, which you just fully admitted that you did, a wolf could have come in and eaten your sheep, and what would you have done about it? Why do you insist on blaming someone else for your issues? Okay, he doesn't say anything new. I'm not torturing him. I don't believe a word she says. Okay, let's talk to you. I guess I'm gonna torture him again. If he doesn't give me any new information, I straight up might just torture Violet again to see what else I get out of her. Because the only way for me to advance the game beyond this point is torture now. That's just the gameplay mechanic. I have no choice. Dukin the Witch. A witch is a filthy, unclean creature. Let the waters wash away their sins and slacken their jaws. Left click to hold and hold to submerge the witch in the river and watch as the water fills their lungs. Release the click to bring them back up. Time it so they surface during the highlighted area. Perform this action 3 times to break them. So I'm waterboarding them. This is dark. This is really fucking dark. Shit. Okay. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, shoot, I didn't wait long enough. Oh, that's a lot faster. Okay, it changes every time. Hey, at least it was the least unpleasant so far for me. He controls my fate as he sees fit. This must be a test. Ha ha! Oh, why must he try me so with such cruel tortures? But it is not mine to question. I can only pray this suffering will cease and I may join him at his side. I have lived piously and just. He will see that surely, not like the rest of the filth in this village. Take Shepherd Violet, for example. That husband of hers was a dunce, but there must be something far corrupt with her to drive him away. I bet she's in coven with that maiden. Would you stop talking about the maiden? Why are you so obsessed with her? Okay. She does not say anything now. Oops. Okay, so he gave me nothing new. He just went full zealot and is like, I'm a good religious man, even though everyone else in this town sucks, which is not something a good religious man would normally say. But he didn't give me any new information, and he also points the finger to Violet. So, I'm sorry, Violet, but second time today, here we go. Pillywinkles again. Ooh, God, why? Ah. I'm sorry. I apologize. I wish it wasn't this way. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. God, that's horrible. I confess to being the witch. Please torture me no more. I slaughtered my own sheep and sacrificed the devil himself. It was a curse to drop that flapping jaw from the blacksmith and end his insufferable yapping. Hang me now so I may be rid of this awful place. I feel like this is why torture is not a good form of interrogation. She's just saying whatever I want to hear to make the pain stop. And that's not... But she did say, she specifically said that she did it as a curse to curse the blacksmith's jaw to fall off. Which is the only thing I have to go off of. But I feel like she's just saying whatever she thinks I want to hear to make the pain stop. That's just... Torture is such an invalid and useless way of interrogating people for this exact reason. Oh, God. So, I have a confession from her, but I don't know if I believe it. She did specifically mention sacrificing her sheep to curse the smith's jaw to fall off. Which is interesting. That's an interesting detail that I did not pry out of her. Oh, God. She's the best lead I have, but I don't know, man. No one else will say anything new unless I torture them. I'm only on day 3 and I have a confession, but I've got 2 more days to go, so there's no way it's that simple. This sounds really awful, but what if I torture her again? What will she say? Would she say the same thing if she sees that her fake confession will not make the torture stop? Will she tell me something else? I don't want to do that, though. That's horrible. That's so evil. But I don't know if it's a fake confession is the thing. It could be an honest confession. I just don't know. I don't want to torture anyone else. Everyone else seems... I'm not sure I'm going to get any more information out of him. Father Usby is, like, suspiciously aggressive. And I never got an answer for why he was watching... what was her name? Liliana? The pagan herbalist. I didn't get an answer for why he was watching her in the woods at night. So there's that. But I don't think it's him. I wish I could get more information from the pagan herbalist woman without torturing her, because I feel like she has a lot more to tell me, but because of the way the game works, I would have to torture her to get it out of her. I suspect she's had a miscarriage, but that could be wildly wrong. Maybe multiple miscarriages. She obviously knows more about Father Usby, but I can't just ask her for some reason. What's funny is he clearly hates her, and she's obviously not fond of him, so I feel like she would give up that information willingly if asked. But I might just have to torture her to get it out of her. I don't think you're any help. I don't think you're going to be any help. Honestly, you've kind of been wronged. I don't think you're going to be any help. You seem just like a genuinely okay dude. You seem bad, and you seem good, but, like, you have way more information, and the only way for me to get it out of you is to torture, because that's the way the game works. So, I'm gonna torture her. I'm so sorry, everybody. Devil's Mark. Oh god, I hate it. Please, sire, there is no witchcraft in these healing herbs. I believe that part. Inform me then, what is of them? Naught untowards, just a wee bit of lavender, some rosemary, and lady's bedstraw. That priest sent you here, did he not? He did. I would rare speak ill of another fae in this village, but I feel he is a shadow looming over us all, his slimy tendrils to grasp us tight. A real beast in sheep's skin. Useby claims you have taken newborn babes out to the sprout. Oh, I had to torture her to use that insight check. Would that it were true. Oh? Tears now streaming down her face. Gavin and I almost had a wee one in our aim, but Father Useby says it was an abomination on account of us near being hand-fasting. You'll no tell Gavin if you see him, will you? She did have a miscarriage, and it was because of the priest, and her lover doesn't even know, because he wasn't even here when it... The priest killed her baby, I think, or made her kill the baby, and then blamed her for killing babies to try to get me to hang her. He's fucking evil! What the fuck? Okay. Another prophetic nightmare. Oh. Someone in the woods. He doesn't look like the crone, though. Is it the blacksmith? He has his jaw, though. Oh, God. Is that the crone? He turned into a tree. What the hell does that mean? The prophetic dream yesterday about the larva while the priest was praying. Are the larvae a representation of the babies in his mind? Does he see them as nothing more than larvae? Because larvae are babies, right? Are they like hovering over him? Are they like his guilt? Because I think he caused her to miscarry. I don't know what this one was supposed to be. Some guys in the woods, and he gets turned into a tree by... I assume that monster was supposed to be the crone, but I don't think there's anything up with her. I don't know. I think she's just kind of insane. She doesn't tell me anything now. I might have to torture her to see what she says, but honestly, I don't think she's going to tell me anything useful. I think she's just insane. Or has dementia or something. Okay, you're not going to say anything. Okay, so no one's going to say anything new unless I torture them. You, I strongly suspect, are evil. Oh, I have the confession of the Shepherd Violet. There, you see, there's the crux of the matter. Eve was the root of it, and the sin was never left them. My own mother was the same, humiliated me, belittled me, no more. It's up to us to keep these women folk in check. It's the foundation we built the rest of it on. Ah, you're a misogynist. I see. You're a patriarchal misogynist. Ah. Well, unfortunately for you, sir, I am not like you. Have fun. And a 1. Ooh, that was way too fast. And a 2. And a 3. I admit, I was tempted and did covet relations with that whore temptress. I knew it! A black goat did appear to me, and I begged it to let me bed that supple maiden. She should be mine. At least her lover will no return. I have seen to that. He murdered Gavin! He says a black sheep, which I suppose is his interpretation of the devil, tempted him to sleep with her, which he did. She got pregnant. He forced her to miscarry or killed the baby without telling her lover, and he killed her lover too. I've painted his skull at the root of an old ash tree. Let me just enjoy this last chipple of wine before my end. You're fucking evil! You're an evil, evil man! What the fuck? Usually claims you have taken newborn baby. No, I want to talk to her about what the new shit he said. So, the guy going into the forest and being killed by a monster, was the monster Father Usby? Because he said he painted his face into an ash tree, and the guy in the dream turned into a tree. I think the guy in the dream was Gavin, and he was ambushed in the woods by Father Usby, and Father Usby killed him. I wonder if she would have seen anything. I have a confession from Usby. Perhaps you speak truth. Well, of course I'm right. Absolutely not, guessed by old Griselda. How dare you even question me in my own house? And who the fuck are you anyway? Get out of here. I think she has dementia. I definitely think she has dementia. I don't think she would remember anything interesting happening. I think the thing that she's saying that she has seen the priest pointing his hands down like he's praying to Lucifer in the underneath. I think she witnessed Father Usby murder Gavin, but because of her condition, I'm pretty sure she has dementia, I don't think she can recall it properly and can't communicate it properly. But I think she witnessed it. I think she saw. So, I think Violet, her confession was a lie. I don't think she's a witch. Wait, but this doesn't explain why... This doesn't explain why the blacksmith's jaw fell off. Because Violet admitted to cursing him for his jaw to fall off. But clearly, Father Usby is fucking evil. He is very much the priest from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He says he was tempted by a black sheep to, in his words, have relations with the Hur, meaning the pagan herbalist. And she told me that she got pregnant and he made her kill the baby or miscarriage or something, I don't know what, because he said it was an abomination. And he fully admitted to killing Gavin. And I'm pretty sure Griselda witnessed that. So, I don't think he's a witch, but he is definitely evil. I wish I could talk more to Fearon, but I'd have to torture him to talk more to him. And I don't want to do that. I know that that's the gameplay mechanic. But I don't want to do that. He's evil. She might be a witch. She might not. I don't know. Fearon says no one here is a witch. And what Griselda thinks is witchcraft was actually just the priest murdering someone. The only thing that's unexplained for me is how did the blacksmith's jaw fall off? Because everyone seems to like Fearon, and Fearon says there are no witches. That I'm on a literal witches hunt. I guess I'm gonna torture him again. I don't know. I'm gonna torture him because he's evil and I don't want to torture anyone else. I have no leads for any form of information. At this point, if I have to pick one person to hang, I'm picking him, even though I don't think he's a witch, but I'd rather hang him than any possible witch. Oh god, the tongue prongs. I don't like this one at all. Oh, I really don't like this one. Look away if you must. Ugh. Ugh. When you will, I am ready. I have not more to say to you. Okay, so he's done. So it seems like once they confess, they won't tell you anything more. So I'm glad I did not torture Violet again, because I don't think she's gonna tell me anything more after I get the confession out of her. I could just torture him again to use up the rest of my actions, because I don't really want to torture everyone else. I feel like for the sake of the game, I realize I never turned on my autofocus. For the sake of the game, I think I'm going to go ahead and torture everyone else once, just to get more dialogue out of them. I don't think they're bad people, and I feel awful for torturing them, and this does not count. This doesn't count. This is purely gameplay. Don't judge this. Look away if you must. Do not judge me for this. I'm doing this solely for the sake of the game, I swear. Let's go to Griselda. I think she was the obvious one that it wanted me to torture because she keeps repeating herself in loops, and that's specifically what the instructions say to look out for. Okay. What does she say? I am the witch, and I curse ye again. The shepherd and fishermen are filthy witches and all. They feast upon festering carcasses like buzzards of hell. Absolutely not gets by old Griselda. They will feast upon your festering carcass, and if you didn't tight their filthy necks. Of confession from Violet, perhaps you speak truth. Aye, of course it's true. Absolutely not gets by old Griselda. She did not confess to any eating of human flesh. Who didn't? Violet Shepherd. Wits upon you. What's that old Connie been up to now? She 100% has dementia. 1000% has dementia. I don't think she remembers anything she says. She is definitely not dangerous. What I miss? Frost is enjoying himself a little too much. That's what he missed. I am not! How dare you? This is blasphemy. You witch. No. So let's recap. She accused him. He accused her. She was extremely violent and aggressive and angry. He offered me a lot of helpful information. He's also a victim because he literally lost his jaw. So I tortured her, and she did admit to lying about everything she said about him. Upon further torture, she confessed to being the witch. I think it was a fake confession. I think she just wanted the pain to stop. Blasphemy. Are you God? No, I'm a witch hunter. I'm close to godliness. He is obsessed with her, and she says that he's a good fellow, and he's a good fellow, and she seems okay, and she's okay. She clearly has dementia. I don't think there's anything useful to be gained from this. But she said that he gives her weird looks. And he said he just absolutely despises her. He's completely obsessed with her. He said that she killed newborn babies. So I asked her about it, and she said that he told her that her baby was an abomination and it needed to die. So I tortured him, and he confessed to being obsessed with her and said that he had relations with her, which is how he put it. I don't know if she has a lover that she loves and is devoted to named Gavin, but he's been gone for ages and no one's seen him. So I feel like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this word on live stream, but fuck it, I'm not censoring myself. I feel like the priest raped her. I think that's what happened here. And then she got pregnant, and he told her to kill the baby, which she did. And then he told me that she kills newborn babies so that I would hang her and his crimes would never be revealed. But he admitted to it, and he also admitted to killing Gavin. And I'm pretty sure that Griselda witnessed the killing, but because of her dementia, she can't remember it clearly and cannot communicate it to me. So I know that he probably raped the pagan lady and definitely killed Gavin, and also encouraged her to kill her newborn baby and then blamed her for it. So I don't know who the witch is here. I don't even know if there is a witch. According to Firin, who seems to be a nice guy and everyone trusts him, there are no witches here, which could be the whole point of the game. I don't know. I don't know if there are any witches, but I know for certain that this dude is evil, and I will be hanging him whether or not I find a witch. What if the witch is the friends we made along the way? Dude, I'd be down for that. Having a witch friend would be awesome. Okay, and now we're at a point in the game where time only advances, and I only unlock more dialogue by torturing people, so I am unfortunately going to be torturing innocent people, and I'm fully aware that they're innocent, and I don't want to do it, but that's the only way to advance the game. So I am going to do that, just to unlock some more dialogue and advance the game. But I don't believe it is any of them. I don't believe it's any of them. He's evil, and I don't know if there are any witches here. The tortures are quite disturbing, by the way, so just a heads up. Oh, tongue prongs, my favorites. Okay. Ugh, I don't like the visual. Turn your torches away from me and hang that shepherd witch. May she curse your jaw to fall off and on. Don't come gritting to me to weld it back on. You must have seen that wee lamb's head she severed at my doorstep, and queer symbols in the poor wee thing's blood smeared all over my door. So, I could have said I saw the blood upon the doorstep but no head, which is interesting. But right now, I have the shepherd's confession and confirm this. He's gonna be like, why the fuck are you torturing me then? But hey. Christ's sake then, man, what are you still doing here? If nothing else, I'm extremely thorough. That's one word for what you are, that's right. Alright, we got one more prophetic nightmare to see, I guess. These ones are the creepiest, most disturbing parts of the game, it seems. Oh, it's the blacksmith. I don't think that metal's hot enough for you to be hammering, sir. Oh, a sheep. Oh. It seems to suggest that he killed the sheep and put it on his doorstep to try to incriminate the shepherd. But I don't think it matters. I'm pretty sure he's innocent. You're innocent. Well, you're a liar, but otherwise innocent. You have dementia. You are innocent, and your lover was murdered, and I'm sorry for you. And you also had miscarriages, and I'm sorry for you. And you might have also been raped, and I'm very, very sorry for you. You're innocent, and probably just a bit of an asshole. Actually, no, he seemed to be fairly generous for the most part. You're innocent, and everyone says that you're a really nice guy, so bravo to you. You are an evil piece of shit, and you shall hang. I don't know if he's a witch, and I don't care. I did my job, and I shall take my coin and leave. W streamer, thank you. I do my best. Oh, the game just ends. So we don't get a confirmation? That's interesting. What a very, very interesting game. What a fascinatingly interesting game. Very dark. Very... I want to say beautiful art, but I'm not sure that's the word. Impressive art? Huh. Very interesting. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was quite good, I must say. But holy crap, it was a lot. So it seems like the game does not confirm for you if you were right or not, which is interesting. That's when you read the wiki. You know what? Good idea. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Okay, wait. So who was the witch? I don't think that there was one. Okay, that's my theory right now before I look at it anymore. I don't think there's a witch. I think Farron is right, there was no witch. I have no idea how or why the blacksmith's jaw fell off, but I don't think there was a witch. Dude, I got this game because I really respect the fact that it's all a one-man band. But damn, the gameplay is confusing. I just completed my first playthrough, and I'm really not sure whether I got it right or not. There's a cinematic of the Ravenhead blacksmith making a cross, so I think Oswin did it. Where did you come up with that? Griselda confirmed she is a witch, so I think she did it. She's insane. Or has dementia. The Chewbacca guy out by the river is chill and didn't do it, nor the lady whose sheep got murdered. She was so aggressive and violent and accusatory. The priest kept blaming the maiden. I picked Griselda because there's a cinematic of a guy going to the woods and being turned into a tree, but then there's the execution scene and I haven't a fucking clue as to whether or not I got it right. Very unsatisfying. The guy who went into the woods and was turned into a tree was Gavin. He went into the woods, was ambushed by Father Usby, who murdered him and painted his face on an ash tree, is what he said he did. And I think Griselda witnessed it, and she tries to communicate to us that she witnessed him murdering someone, but she's insane, so it doesn't come out that way. There's also the cinematic of the maiden who did weird stuff with the babies, so I ask again, who the fuck was the actual witch? She had miscarriages. She confirmed this, that the priest forced her to get miscarriages, or to kill the baby, I don't know what you'd call it, abort it. And he confirmed that he had sexual relations with her. So, man, this guy missed a lot. I'm really not inclined to spend another 30 minutes to get to day 5 and pick another, not knowing whether they're the right one. There's no achievement either to let me know. After the execution scene, the game just restarts, no credits. So I got it wrong or not? Damn, fucking annoying. I love the art style, but that was worth the $3, no doubt. But I hate not knowing whether I got it right. Dude, I think you missed the point. Second playthrough now, just torturing Griselda for 2 days nonstop, and she keeps yapping on about everyone. She says she's a witch. She says the shepherd and fisherman Chewbacca dude is a witch. She says the priest saw to it that the maiden's lover ain't never coming back, and the maiden smashes babies' heads against rocks. So the maiden killed the baby because the priest made her do it, and she did. I was right. She did see the priest kill Gavin. I'm really confused playing this. What is the point of the cinematics? Are they canon? Are they made up or visual representations of what each person accuses the other of? Really confused. It said in the beginning of the game, did you not read? It said that you get prophetic dreams every night. Prophetic dreams don't necessarily make sense. Okay, so went all in on torturing what others I could in the second playthrough. The priest admits to witchcraft, but so does Oswin and Griselda, and in my playthrough, Violet. So once again, I have no idea what I was supposed to be doing. I took out the priest on day 5. Awesome job on the stop motion animations, dude. And the fact that you did it all on your own is mighty impressive, but the game left me being very unsatisfied. Those are stop motion animations? Holy crap, those looked awesome. What is the point of the cinematics? Why do you have multiple characters admitting to be a witch, a coven? The witch, a witch, coven of witches. Because torture is an unreliable form of interrogation. And do none of these people know this stuff? I thought this was common knowledge. When you're torturing someone, they will say and do anything they can to make the pain stop. And if the pain gets bad enough, they would rather die than keep experiencing the pain. Do none of these people know this? I thought this was common knowledge. Oh, this is the same person. Okay. Is the game trying to be a message about anti-torture or pro-torture? Maybe I'm just reading way too much into it, but I have no idea whether I completed the game or not, and I'm not spending another 30 minutes again. I don't think the game is anti-torture or pro-torture. Well, it probably is anti-torture, but I don't think that's the point. I think the point of the game is that this was a witch trial. It's inspired by witch trials. This is a witch hunt. I don't think there is any witches. Look, the developer responded. I'm sorry to hear you feel so frustrated with the outcome of the game. I really wish you had been courteous to others on these forums and mark your posts with spoiler tags when appropriate. Please go back in to add spoiler tags to allow others to experience the game spoiler-free. The first point I will make to you is that everything in the game does have a logical explanation, but it may require some research outside of the game to understand it if you don't have prior knowledge. Full spoilers ahead. The first point I want to address is the stop-motion cutscenes. Did you understand that they occur at nighttime and are dreams? How many of your dreams are actually real? What do you think the dreams of a fanatical zealot like a witch finder might be like? My second question is, how much do you know about witch trials? How many of the thousands executed by religious fanatics and disgruntled neighbors were actually real-life witches? Do you believe that real-life witches exist? How much do you understand about information received under torture? Are you aware that torture is generally regarded to be ineffective, as the victims don't always tell you the truth? They will tell the torturer what they expect they want to hear in the hope that they can be executed quicker to end the torture. What do you think a witchfinder would be expecting to hear from their victims? What were you expecting to hear while playing the role of the witchfinder? The fisherman's name, Firin, is Scots Gaelic for truth. Oh, if you want to understand the point of the game, then listen to the only character completely telling the truth. Oh, and he said there are no witches here, just simple folk working the land. There were no witches. All other supernatural claims made during the game have logical explanations. Griselda has behavior typical for someone suffering from Alzheimer's. Oh, not dementia, Alzheimer's, my bad. The fisherman has a hereditary condition called hypertrichosis. Yeah, he explained his father had it too, so I caught on that that was genetic. Osmond claims he received a red powder that burns brightly from a German. Oh, I didn't get that. I guess I'd have to torture him more to get that. And Hennig Brandt discovered phosphorus 5 years before this game takes place. A condition known as phossy jaw caused by prolonged exposure to phosphorus will see the sufferer's jaw deteriorate and fall off. Oh, I didn't get that because I didn't torture him enough. The priest murdered the stable hand in the woods, but the maiden had heard stories about Griselda turning men into trees, so she thinks she did it. I didn't get that confession or that angle because I didn't torture the maiden enough to get that information. But I was right. The priest murdered Gavin in the woods. The priest also forced an abortion on the maiden due to her getting pregnant out of wedlock and also due to his jealousy. He did! I knew it! The point in the game is not really to worry about the ending. The Witchfinder certainly didn't care, as he had been paid and believed his work to be done. The point is to speak to the local villagers, get to know them, and see why they might turn on each other in such a small community. I hope that helps you understand why I made all the design decisions to point what is essentially an unwillable outcome. It's not that I just couldn't be bothered to make an ending. The entire point of the game is designed around that very specific ending. Bravo. Bravo. Awesome. Thanks a bunch for the explanation. Yeah, I couldn't have figured out 99% of what you were saying from playing the game twice. Saying the cutscenes occurred at night equals dreams wasn't what I thought it was. But he literally said that in the game. I didn't know whether they were glimpses of things people had witnessed in the past or things which happened during the night they were shown, or a visual representation of what people in the village thought accused of others of. But dude, I'm not the smartest cookies out there by any stretch of the imagination. I think you did a killer job as a solo dev. I only know of one other guy who is solo, and that's Walter Mercado, the dude behind Blood Saints, War Martyrs, TTV, Ubermosh. I won't refund your game, don't worry. I already shared the cutscenes with a couple of buddies because I think they're some of the coolest shit I've seen in a million years. You have a good one. I have no idea how to add that black spoiler bar thing, so I wasn't out of wanting to be a... What is this? 4 letters. A... arse? I don't know. No worries at all. I knew it would be intentionally vague, and a lot of people might not see the clues I had left, or that they might not have the specific prior knowledge to make sense of them. It's a tightrope to walk to make sure people get the sense of discovery and enough info to make sense of it. I really appreciate you playing and voicing your opinions here. It really helps me get an idea of what works for people and what doesn't. I hadn't heard of Walter Mercado before, but I love the look of his work, so thanks for the tip. There are also many insanely talented solo devs out there making outstanding work. Thanks for adding spoiler to the title. That should hopefully give people enough warning. You can add the spoiler tags to the body message by checking the formatting help link right next to the post comments below. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks again for playing and voicing your thoughts. Okay. Very, very cool. So, to recap. Short and sweet recap. I was fucking right the whole time. I guess I am the smartest cookie. Awesome game. Fantastic job. Props to the developer. Amazing as a solo dev. Very good job. That was stop motion animation. That is insanely impressive. Huge props to him. Very, very interesting game. Very fun game. More than worth the $3 I paid for it, and I'm glad to have shared it.